Hello, my babes. Woo! This is the first time I've actually gone live on YouTube. I think I did like years ago, but it's been a long time. And I am over here in Reinvention land and really felt called to come on here and step into the process. So, for those of you who are new, hello, my name is Brittany Renee. I am a psychic intuitive embodiment coach who gives you all of the permission, reminds you you've always had the permission to be the most authentic version of yourself. I help you reconnect back into who you are at soul level through many different modalities. And today I wanted to come on here and just dive in messy, dive in not fully clear on all the things because this is how I work. This is my type B personality. I really want to talk first about what's hit me personally because I know that through everything that I have learned through my own journey, through coaching hundreds of clients, speaking on stages to thousands of people, hosting a community of almost 200 people every month, there is some authority pieces here that I am here to share with you. So the first piece I wanted to talk about as I'm doing this reflection of self, and I'm like, this is something really important, is that when we are going through our healing process, when we are in our embodiment, our spiritual awakening, our remembrance, whatever you want to call it, there are often times where we get to spaces where we postpone our life. And then we say it's because we're healing. And while there are definitely seasons of I have to really just be in my hermit mode because I'm in a really deep, tender process and I actually can't do life at the capacity that I normally would. There are seasons of that. And there comes a point where you've witnessed enough, you recognized enough, you're understanding and you're creating a new rhythm, and yet you're still hiding from your life and you're still postponing the next step because but what if I'm not ready? But what if I don't know enough? But what if I'm not healed enough? But what if I'm not prepared enough? And I'm going to be that big sis here virtually. And if you ever come in person, I can be that big sis in person to tell you that's BS. There comes a point where you have to step back into your human. The most embodied and spiritual thing that you can do is be in your human experience and be aware and conscious in your human experience and not hide from the human experience. Healing is not about hiding. Healing is about getting clear, dropping in, honoring, and then it's about coming out and being a part of that embodiment, right? It's not just about being inside all the time. And I think hermit mode can become this like reason to stay hidden when there's so many gifts inside of you that we need, the people at the grocery store need, your friends need, your family needs, that you need to experience this next version of yourself in a way that you have not yet. So then you can catapult into the next version. The other piece that I'm really sitting here and moving through is relationships. Relationships, be it platonic or romantic, are mirrors. And these mirrors are here to reflect back to you where your next level of work is. And sometimes that can be triggering, and sometimes that can be activating, and sometimes that can be beautiful and yummy and delicious. And all of it is here as medicine. All of it is here for you to really know that we've contracted with other beings in beautiful, beautiful ways to elevate ourselves. And sometimes that mirror is going to show us exactly what we might not want to see, but also everything that we need to see. The other piece here is that as we're in this awakening, energy's moving, my body's getting very hot, so I'm just recalibrating for a second. There is a trap that we fall into, especially when we are realizing and acknowledging and speaking with our inner child, our attachment styles, that highest self. We're waiting for this permission slip. And the reason that I titled this The Permission Slip You Didn't Know You Needed is because that is my niche. That is my gift. That is my magic, is to hand out permission slips to be who you are, to remind you why you're here. my existence becomes a reality you can look at and see how many times you can actually reinvent yourself, how many times you can push the reset button, how many times you can say, that's not working for me anymore, and get up and start again. I embody this so you can see you can also do it. And the permission piece is really that we think that we need this magical thing to happen. Like, I need permission to be wealthy. I need permission to travel. I need permission to be more visible. I need permission to reinvent myself. I need permission to be too much, too big. Babes, you don't need permission for any of that. But if you do, here it is. You actually just need the action, which is that divine masculine part of ourselves, to step in and be like, yep, this is it. This is not working anymore. This is what's calling me towards it. This is where my soul is tugging me, and I'm going to follow it. The other piece is something that I'm really getting clear in this reinvention and resurrection of Brittany Renee here is a constant reminder that luxury and beauty is not superficial. There are some souls that love to just be in nature, to just be in the minimalist vibe, and that is really where they thrive. And there are some souls that come here for the expansive, luxurious, energetic, beautiful, beautiful bigness that many call excess or luxury. And then there's this thing in the spiritual community that also is like an ick to me, that it's like, oh, well, those people who want money, they're greedy. Those people who want money, they're just superficial. They're materialistic. Honey, I came here for luxury and money to embody a reality that I know many of you, whether you're admitting it or not, actually want. And I came here to embody this because I also am here to change the reality on this planet, to uplevel the frequency, to bring people in, maybe even on a scholarship, because I have enough money to be able to scholarship these people in to help them create a new reality, to give them the permission slips to be who they came here to be. If I'm triggering to you, one thing I know is that I'm triggering something within you. I'm shining light on something that either holds guilt, shame, or projection or judgment that's asking you to look at it. It's asking you to look at, what am I triggering that's alive deep down, that's like, oh, she's shining a light on something I don't feel comfortable with. You're welcome. You're welcome. The other piece when I sit with all of this is that there are many, many souls. I was going to say women, and I'm like, the divine masculine is coming online. They're coming in hot. There are many souls right now that are ready to have the microphone. They're ready to step in. They're ready to be seen. And I want to give you the permission that you're allowed to step in messy. You're allowed to step in not ready. You're allowed to step in because you get this huge gush and you're like, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it. Do it. Where you're going to hide your gifts and your growth is by sitting back and being like, oh, I need another course. I need another certification. I need another something. No, you're actually deluding yourself when you keep doing that. It's time to take the microphone and to step on stage and let your channel just flow, because if you're here, you're ready. You don't come into my existence if you're not ready. This I know. You don't come into my existence if you're not ready to be the version of yourself, the man, the woman that holds the microphone, that says the thing that people have been searching for. One of my gifts is I recognize patterns. I recognize patterns like very quickly. I recognize patterns before you even understand that it's a pattern. And that's my magic. When you come into work with me, whether it's in my community, the ether, one-on-one retreats, you're coming to see me on a stage, I recognize a pattern and I vocalize things that you haven't been able to vocalize, but you've been feeling. And many of you have gifts similar to this. So I invite you to your own stage. I invite you to give yourself permission, because I'm going to tell you, you are the one that is holding yourself back. And I say that with so much love, but you are the one that is holding yourself back. The reason that you're shrinking is not your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your partner. It isn't your friends. It isn't your follower count. You're shrinking because you don't remember that you're worth everything that you want. And you still hold some weird, distorted belief that, like, what you want is bad. I know I'm meant to sit in old hotels that have this, like, air of excellence, this heiress energy, this royal energy, sipping beautiful drinks in a really bougie outfit and heels, because that's how I feel alive. That's how I channel. That's how I breathe. That is me. Who are you? Who are you if there wasn't any societal box you had to be in or rhythm you had to follow? Who are you? That's the magic. So this stream of consciousness was just coming through, and I felt like it's time, again, to show you, do it messy, do it without really knowing, because there is a version of you that's still waiting for permission. And today, that version of Brittany died. This version of resurrected Brittany, I can't even say 2.0. This is like not even 5. It's like 10. Version 10, version 11. Who knows? Maybe it's version 13. I like that goddess number. Drop down in the chat, where are you still shrinking? Where are you stepping in? Where are you fully allowing yourself to take the permission slip that you already have inside of you? And if this was resonant, I'd love for you to share this. I'd love for you to subscribe if you're not subscribing. And if you're on TikTok, Instagram, all the things, you can find more at thebrittanyrenee.com/ether if you would like to join the community. The Brittany Renee on Instagram, that Babe B on TikTok, as well as the Brittany Renee on TikTok. I love you. You're doing amazing. And I'll see you soon.